Her friend is gone, gone forever. He never hugged her, never said goodbye. She is there waiting for something to happen in these windy fields, all alone in the middle of nowhere. The rusted shack is where they used to play funny games. They laughed, but sometimes her friend cried. She asked him what was wrong, but he never opened up to her. The house that she lives in is falling apart, and her friend had fallen apart too. The green fields will no longer be green unless her friend was up in the sky. He used to cry a lot. Deep down inside, he was a very sad man. He made her feel sad when he left her all alone in the middle of nowhere. He would pick up rocks from the hills and carve out beautiful figurines for her, such as a ballerina dancing and a horse galloping through the rocky terrain. Her friend would sit next to the lake, since seeing the water was one of the few things that made him happy. As the lake got smaller every year, her friend would start to cry and ask him, "Why is this happening?" Her friend's tears could not save the lake from being completely dry. The pelicans used to swim in the lake, but like her friend, they have disappeared. I wonder if her friend's still alive. I wonder if he loved her, and I wonder why he left her in the middle of nowhere. There are images of their time together near the lake when it had water and when the pelicans swam as well. She would share visions with him about how it would be nice to escape poverty and live in a place where they didn't struggle for food and have heating which works properly. But her friend would just sit there, staring at the sky, staring into space. He would say that he could see strange things that disturbed him.
Colours would change, my dear. People who I haven't seen for many years appear out of nowhere. Then all of a sudden, a rock will fall on both of us, and everything ends in peace.
Her friend spoke a lot of nonsense at times, but he could see things that she could not see without his guidance and knowledge. One thing that he couldn't see is that she truly loved him and really misses him. It was this arid land which made the man go even more mad. He could not stand seeing a cloudless sky.
There is no life in the sky.
He couldn't stand seeing a sandy ground.
There is no life in this ground.
He wanted to be somewhere else, but there was nowhere else to go. The few trees he saw that were struggling. They were struggling to survive like him. One day, the man had one of those flickering images in his mind where a dark fantasy was intertwined with reality. All he could see were dead trees, everywhere, as far as the eye could see. He felt a burning sensation that was hurting him. Then all of a sudden the sky went grey. The lady could see the relief on his face, like a huge burden was off his shoulders when he saw the sky. But then he started to look at the ground.
There is no life in the ground. It's cracked, it's dry. My dear, we're going to die in this wasteland.
He would ramble on, making less sense. She couldn't talk to him in this state. She wanted to help him, but she was like a seagull flying against the wind, going nowhere. The last time she saw the madman, he was a shadow of himself. He couldn't talk, didn't say hello or anything. She looked into his eyes, but he was somewhere else. Something had slowly consumed him in the years that she'd known him. And so the young lady stands there, watching the wind blow what is left of those green fields. The rusted, rotted house is still standing, but for how long? Even after all this, her spirit is not crushed. There is hope that someone will take her away to a better place, where the rain is plentiful to grow the food that she needs, where the wind doesn't blow away the fading light, and where she can find a friend who will not leave her in the middle of nowhere.